Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Houston Texans, and when you discuss their quarterback position looking ahead to 2018, we know they're going to be so thrilled to have Deshaun Watson back out there. Had the injury this last year. And Tom Savage, T.J. Yates just helping to keep that seat warm.
And they're going to get Watson back. And remember, he did not start the season opener last year, but came in the second half. And after that performance, we all wondered why he didn't start the opener. And he was having truly an offensive rookie-of-the-year season before he got injured. And he gave that team a lot of hope. They believe in Deshaun Watson. He's truly their future.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The starters now defensively for Baltimore.
Eric Weddle had a really impressive 2016 with the Baltimore Ravens. Still showed his ability to range deep in the secondary, as well as drop down in the box against the run. Rewarded with his 4th Pro Bowl after the season.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Willie Henry in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Leckler now on as he'll punt this away. Now Campanaro skirts by him at the 35. Great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got the veteran here. It's Mike Wallace. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's caught out left by Perriman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. He'll look to throw. And he's got his tight end, Watson. Touchdown, Baltimore. Benjamin Watson from 17 yards out. Ravens have taken the early lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
Again, it's Miller. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Here's Shane Leckler now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Campanero on the return. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Campanero, 72 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. That's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Here we go.
On second down, here's Watson. Underneath for Miller. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Here's Shane Leckler now as he's on to punt for Houston. And before the punt, time is going to run out on this first quarter. 14-0 is our score. We're back to Baltimore after this.
The NFL on EA Sports. By Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Here's Shane Leckler now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. Skirts by him at the 35. And here now is spin. Gets past him at the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Michael Campanaro, 83 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
Well, if you're into cheesy movies, you would title this one A Half to Remember, wouldn't you? His second return touchdown of the game.
What if I'm not into cheesy movies?
Well, go ahead and get into it, man, because I just did it, and you're going to green light that one. How about those returns? Maybe they ought to think about not kicking him the ball.
Yeah, they might want to go away from him in the future. Tucker now to add the point after. And it is now 21-0. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Charles, let's step into a conversation about Houston in 2017 as their offense comes back onto the field here. But just 1-9 in their last 10 games, finished 4-12. You and I know, though, injuries really ravaged this team.
Absolutely destroyed this team. And look, we focus on Deshaun Watson, the quarterback, and rightly so. He was probably going to be the rookie of the year. But when it started for injuries, it was defense. J.J. Watt, perennial all-pro, goes out early. Whitney Merciless, double-digit sack guy out. Brian Cushing, starting linebacker, out. When you start totaling up the injuries they have through the year, it's almost amazing that they made it through the entire season able to play the schedule. So that's what you're looking at with the Texans, who have been a defense-first team. If they can get everyone back healthy playing to their level and get Deshaun Watson back sparking the offense, optimism will be high in 2018.
Let's go!
3rd and long. It's Watson. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Torn back across his body. Picked off by Brandon Carr. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him. I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
Mike Wallace, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Wow. I'll tell you, he got a good spot on that one. It's 4th and 2, and he might have gotten 2 and an inch, but that's all he needed, and that'll keep the drive moving.
Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
On 1st, they go right back to Collins. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Looking for Macklin, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this 1st half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a fairly solid idea about which team will be featured prominently in those highlights.
Might be a little bias. So the football switch. Hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost this. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And he's got room. And he slides to avoid the hit. That one good for 10 yards. And they're going to have a third down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Faking the give. Now Watson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Shane Leckler now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. A spin. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Ravens, they'll take over. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. On second down, Collins. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So we're at halftime here in the And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. To return, here's Michael Campanero. Oh, twisting away, and now running right through it. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. And again, it's Collins. And he's got some space here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
And that's something that's been lacking in Baltimore's running game the last few seasons, the ability to really hit on a big run.
Last year, their longest run was just 41 yards all season, 4 yards per carry near the bottom of the league. Here's a first down run with Collins. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Here we go now. Green.
He'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. Finding room inside the 40. Avoids him, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. How about that? Their quarterback. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Well, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously a pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
Tucker now for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive. To throw on second is Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play. As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg. Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Watson. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one. On second down, here's Miller. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a third down. What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield. And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down. Now Watson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. C.J. Mosley in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They've been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
Now Watson throwing on 3rd and long. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here's Shane Leckler now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. Goes again. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Campanaro, 82 yards. And the Ravens continue to pour it on.
All right, count him along with me. That's his 3rd return for a touchdown in this game. Why is the ball being kicked to him? That would be my question.
I was just going to ask you the same question because we see 2 occasionally. I mean, very rare. 3, unbelievable. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. To throw. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us. And they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Miller on the catch over the middle. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Come on, let's go. 190.
On first down, it's Watson. And avoids the contact by sliding. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down. Seven yards to go on 2nd down.
Here we go. 190.
Now it's Watson. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38.
From the gun, here's Watson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Now a first down throw. Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And he gets it down to the 32. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Here we go. Brand 38.
Again, it's Watson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Willie Henry in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Come on, let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Past the 20. He finds his target, Fuller. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Extra point attempt here still to come. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to. So
Still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They go again with Collins. Room to run inside the 40. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. That one looks like he'll throw here. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Trying to punch it in with Collins. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
To throw is Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. One last throw here for Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be knocked down sideways. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us